So I grew up in Manhattan, and this is one of my favorite, most out of touch, Upper East Side, rich people stories I have. And I have a lot of them because I grew up there. So this looks Maxer. His name is Clavicular. Yes, that is his real name. This is a real person who is on the internet. And he is like blowing up right now because he's rating girls on a scale from 5 to 10 to their own faces. But as I started watching him, I realized he is just stealing the whole spiel from upper middle class mothers. Clavicular, I know the internet is shocked by what you say to people, but there is nothing that you could say to me that my own mother hasn't said to me first. My friends and I, we have started a group notes app where we just write down all the messed up things our mothers have said to us about our appearance. I will be exposing some of these very great gems. I want to explain to you how our mothers, they put clavicular to shame. Clavicular, like you got your vocabulary for scaling people on their looks. Like when someone's really ugly, you called them a subhuman. I'm giving you permission to use some of the great things my mother has come up with. No looka. Oh, and clavicular, I know how much you love to use slur words, so I'm gonna give you one to use. It's a Jewish one. Just call them a miskite. And I know you do extreme things to ascend your looks. Supplements, peptide shots, steroids. My mom has also done stuff to ascend my looks, but most of the time, it's in secret. Like when my mom told me that every pediatrician prescribes a girl who just finished her freshman year of college to go see a nutritionist. At that time, my mom won a 10-pack at Equinox for a private trainer and said I should take it. And then when the 10-pack was over, she miraculously won another 10-pack. Okay, so finally, here are the comments from our group notes app. So my friend who was pregnant at the time, her mom looked at her and said, "You look so good from the neck up." I was eating a personalized pizza and my mom walked into the kitchen, grabbed my shoulder. "It is so interesting how much you love food." One of the mothers Googled, "Can you get lipo in your early 20s" on my friend's computer and then left the computer open on that web browser for my friend to see it. Clavicular, he does this one very unique thing called mogging, where you basically stand next to someone to show off that you are hotter than them, that they are hotter than you. Our mothers have found photos of us at our fittest and prettiest and put the photo right next to our face. So we are getting mogged by our own selves. So Clavicular, if you see this video and you want to rate me and call me ugly, my mom got there first. So I grew up in Manhattan, and this is one of my favorite, most out of touch, Upper East Side, rich people stories I have, and I have a lot of them because I grew up there. How cool you are is based off of what school you attend in Manhattan. So my school was the lowest school. This is important to the story. But first you need to know about the school, all the schools above me. Top private school is like Spence, Chapin, Trinity. Those kids really early on are like attending charity events. That's where they're having their first sexual experience. Private schools below that, like Poly Prep, Columbia, they're buying tables for nightclubs like Butter. You have like the cool public schools like Beacon, Stuyvesant. Kids are very like early like entrepreneurs. And I remember they would like rent warehouses and then like charge kids a fee to come in. And they always would take a photo of themselves smoking a cigarette and drinking a 40 on a fire escape. Now the school right above my school, called Dwight. What the school stood for was dumb white idiots who get high together. If that's the school above my school, you can only imagine what my school was known for. My school was a school for people who are neurodivergent. But at the time, this wasn't what it was today. Being neurodivergent wasn't trending. I don't know how else to put it. To explain where we were socially, we would attend school dances sober. My school, we actually got to play sports among all the other schools in Manhattan. And one time we had this school, Lee Francais, come play basketball at my school. It was known between our school, between all of Manhattan, that everyone wanted to play us because they could beat us. We're neurodivergent people. We're not known for sports. Art? Yes! Whenever there's a visiting team, that team will use the girls' locker room. This is very important to the story. okay? And the whole time they're playing against our team, they're in French mumbling the R word. But these idiots think we're idiots, but they are actually the idiots because they don't know that the R word is the same in both languages. And then, truly, I would actually call it like a miracle, my school somehow beats them. And so the next day, I'm about to go into the girls' locker room for gym class, and the teacher stops me, and they're like, oh, you actually can't use the locker room today. And I'm like, why? And they're like, oh, we don't know, but you just can't use it. Come to find out, Les Français was so mad that the neurodivergent school beat them that they peed in the girls' locker room and wrote the R word with their French piss. So I grew up in Manhattan, and this is one of my favorite, most out of touch, Upper East Side, rich people stories I have. And I have a lot of them because I grew up here. When rich women go shopping, I think it's like physically impossible for them to respect the stores. I wanted to go check out this like very bougie cashmere French store on the Upper East Side. And in walks this woman who just announces that she needs sweaters. Not even to like a specific sales associate, just to the store. How did I know she was rich? Because she started trying on the sweaters, but she never brought the sweaters to try on in the dressing room. She started undressing right there in the middle of the store and places all of her belongings on top of the folded cashmere sweaters. Doesn't even think that maybe her Le Pen coffee shouldn't be so close to like $10,000 worth of sweaters. Like looking for her size, unfolding all the different sweaters to look for the extra small because she's announcing to everyone she's very tiny. She is just talking all about her weekend. Oh, I didn't realize how cold it was gonna be. This type of Memorial Day weekend in the Hamptons is this gonna be? And then the sales associate comes over and is like, oh, what do you think of this sweater? Most of us, if we didn't like what someone picked out for us, we would politely say, oh, I don't know about that one. Directness of a rich woman in a rush. She didn't even look at the sweater. She just went, nope. My favorite thing this woman did, which I do see like a lot of rich women do, they think if they say the word excuse me to the sales associate multiple times, it makes up for the fact of how rudely they say it. Excuse me. Excuse me. The wave. Excuse me. And not at this store, but one time I saw a woman, I would say like almost be in a fight with, you know, those cable security tags that are usually like a coat, but it only goes that far to get it off the hanger, but she couldn't figure it out. And she's talking to the sales associate and she's like, what is this? And the lady's like, oh, it's a security tag. And the lady goes, why would you need this type of security? This is a boutique store on the Upper East Side. Who's stealing from here? Who is stealing from here? Your daughter and her friends from high school who can very well afford this coat, but think it's fun to steal. I'm enjoying these rich people stories. I'm going to be putting them on stage in Los Angeles, July 24th at the Lyric Hyperion. If you live in Los Angeles or have friends that live in Los Angeles, tell them to come. So I'm from Manhattan and I have a lot of out of touch rich people stories, and this is a new one that I just discovered. So I found myself at the Rosewood in Santa Barbara. It's a very hoity-toity hotel. Like the gift shop is the Goop store. They're selling sample size beauty products for $175. And something I noticed being around some of the wealthiest people in California is that they love to set traps for the hotel staff. Let me explain. I'm sitting next to this woman wearing riding boots and her crocodile bag looked like newly skinned. And she's looking at her menu, doesn't look up at the waitress. Why should she? And she goes, is the coffee fresh? And the waitress goes, yeah, it's fresh. Okay, take note. This is where she sets her up. Really? What is your definition of fresh? And the waitress didn't know how to answer that, so the woman just asked what she wanted to ask the whole time. Well then, just brew me a fresh pot. See, rich people will ask these questions that aren't very clear, but whatever you say, it's gonna be the wrong answer. And the other woman next to me did something even worse. Can you make the monkey bread without eggs? We actually bake it in the morning. So I guess the answer's no then. And then she did the signature you idiot laugh. By the way, they are even worse to the golf cart boys, which I'll talk about in my next video.